I want to show you how to fix and replace a water filter housing on your refrigerator. So this is what it looks like. I had replaced the filter here and it still wasn't working. The water slowed down to where it wasn't even coming out anymore, but it was working when we took the filter out. So that could be a sign that it could be the water filter housing. Now what you do first to replace this is unplug your fridge. We ordered a replacement on Amazon. I will link that down below, and turn off the water line. So how you access this is it's right down here on the bottom left. We have a Whirlpool fridge, but it could be a Kenmore or Maytag, and they might have them in the same area. So what you do is you open this up and you go ahead and take off the toe kick here. I'll show you how to do that. There's you kind of take one side off and then the other. So what we're going to do is take this left side off. You're going to want to go ahead and open it up, or it opens itself. Sometimes if you're taking this off, you're not going to be able to do it with it closed. I've found that out. So the toe kick comes off. It's held in by two clips on each side. There are two metal clips. And as you can see, it just pops off. So for this, you're going to need like a nut driver. It is held in by two bolts on the very bottom. I'm just going to close that side so we won't lose too much cold air in the fridge. And this is what it looks like inside. I'm going to grab a flashlight in a moment, but this is what it looks like. And we're going to grab this. I think it's a 5/16 nut driver to remove these screws, but don't quote me on that. So like I said, we're just going to remove these two screws here. And this is what is holding in the water filter housing. Now in the back here, it could be sitting on like a plastic holder, or it could be styrofoam, and mine is plastic. I'll show you that in just a moment. So at this point, this is all that's holding this in. You just go ahead and pull this out, and you can see it's sitting on this little plastic tray in the back, and that's just kind of to help keep it in place with the water pressure coming in. Sometimes it might shake it a little bit, and that's what kind of it sits on. So you're going to be able to pull this straight out. I had to pull it out into the right a little bit just because we have that little wire harness to the left and that big hub of wires, and it kind of made things a little more difficult. Now what you're going to want to do is see, these are the water lines. The top one's a little thicker, the bottom one is thinner. And keep that in mind when you're putting them in your new one here. You're going to depress the little gray ring here and pull out the water line. Now I took out there's two clips you want to take out. There was this clear one, or it may be blue on your model, and this red one. And you're going to need to take those out to depress the gray washer before pulling out the water line. And you can see my hand's kind of cut up, because I'll tell you what a little trick is to do this without getting your hand tore up from this little metal housing on the side. So we went ahead and took out the top one. You're gonna just have to pull straight out while pressing down on that gray washer. And you can see I kind of damaged the bottom washer. That's just my fault because I used a screwdriver. Probably didn't need to. So this is the new one here. It has a blue instead of a clear retaining clip, and you're going to want to clean up your area. There might be some retained water in the water lines. Now first I decided to tackle the top one, which is the fatter water line, and it won't fit in any other way, I don't believe, so don't be too worried here. This just goes straight in. Now what I found out is I actually had to take this off because I didn't think I was going to be able to. I was able to take out the water lines, but I wasn't able to put them back in and do it properly for this video without taking this back panel off. And I'm going to actually unhook the water inlet valve, not unhook it, but just unhook it from the actual retaining screws here. So I went ahead and took off that cardboard panel. You can take your chance to vacuum back here. It's probably a good idea. Now this is that little bracket that is holding in the water inlet valve. So you can do this without taking this step, but this just makes it a lot easier, and I decided to go ahead and do it because I didn't want to tear up my hands, especially if you have that little metal harness with the wires. You're going to cut up your hands and it's going to be a lot harder. So I took off these two screws and I'm just pushing back this bracket. This is the water inlet valve here. This is not leaking, and that's good. You're going to want to check it at the back when you're done as well. There's a little water coming out, but that's just because there's some water in the lines and it's being messed with. So I went ahead and pushed this forward a few inches, and we're going to come back to the front, and you can see now we can actually pull these two water lines forward 4 or 5 extra inches, which is really going to help out because that gives me more leverage. I'm not going to cut up my hands anymore. So we're going to start with this bottom one. Actually, this is the thinner one. And I went ahead and tried to, that says you're supposed to be able to just press these in with these retaining clips in place. Now I tried that, and you can see me trying it, but I actually was able to do it, but I first had to remove that blue retaining clip. So I just pulled that out. You may need a screwdriver, like in the beginning when I had to use a screwdriver to pull them out, but these ones I just pulled out with my hand. And then at the end, I went ahead and replaced these locking clips. Because what these do is these go under the little gray washers and they depress them outward, so they're going to lock in the water lines. Because how you remove them, remember, is you press down on these gray washers and then pull out on the water line. So I'm doing the same thing on the top one. I went ahead and had to remove that red retaining clip. You can see there that one goes. And I'm going ahead and pressing this in all the way. We've got it pressed in all the way. And now we are putting the locking clip, the red one here, back under this gray portion at the top. I'll kind of zoom in a little bit so you can actually see how I do it. I have to wiggle it a little bit to kind of get under that gray clip. And that's actually going to help lock it better, so it's not going to accidentally depress and the water line shoot out later when I'm pushing the whole thing back in. So that's the hardest part, just taking these out and pushing them back in. So at this point, we're just going to push everything back in. It did take me a little bit of time because I had to kind of push this back and angle it because it had to go behind this little wire harness you can see to the left. And we're just going to put these screws back on in the front. Now, before I do this, I want to go ahead and go to the back just to make sure that I'm able to reattach this bracket back in place. So I'm going to take the water inlet valve in the back and make sure the bracket goes back here. I'm going to go ahead and put the screws back in. And I do another video where I do replace the water inlet valve. It is on a different model fridge, and that could be a whole nother issue, but I do have another video. You can just search that if you need to. So now that we have the water inlet valve back in place, we can push this back in knowing that that's in the correct position in the back. And then we're just going to put these screws back in on the front. Make sure to line these up correctly. There may be multiple holes in the front, but you'll know when you put in the toe kick if it's in the right position. And you'll also know if you look in the back, it should be resting on that same either styrofoam or the little plastic retainer in the back. Now, once these are tightened down with your nut driver, go ahead and just open this up, make sure it opens. And now at this point, you can go ahead and plug your fridge back in and turn the water back on. And since we have the back still open, you can check the water inlet valve. Since you messed with that, that's not leaking. The front looks like there's no leaking going on, and then we'll put the new water filter back in. There should be arrows on the water filter to show the correct position, or if not, it will only go in one way fully, so you don't have to worry about that. Now we're going to close this. It's going to be pretty tight when you first close it because that's just what I've heard, that's what I experienced, and now we have water. So I am super excited about this. You're going to want to, of course, waste at least 1.5 liters when doing this, and then put the back cardboard panel back on as well. And it doesn't hurt to vacuum out. You can actually vacuum the condenser coils while you're under there also. Now at this point, you can go ahead and put back on the toe kick. When you're putting it back on, you'll probably need to open the door of the water filter housing and then pop in one side and then pop in the other. Now these do have 2 little metal prongs on each side, and you just go ahead and pop those in to the male portion on the other side. But here you're good to go, and I hope this video helped, guys. I will link the product down below, but go ahead and leave a comment if you have any issues or how it went for you.